Now, one of China's top officials has unveiled stronger language toward Taiwan that could signal greater efforts to intimidate the self-ruled island. It's making headlines in Chinese state media as well as on social platforms with the hashtag Shape the Inevitable Reunification of the Motherland. It's not necessarily the catchiest phrase, but yeah, let's dig deeper into this with our China correspondent, Min Lo.
It's more catchy in Chinese.
Okay, give it to us in Chinese first, can you?
It's a very long phrase.
We'll tell you later.
So it's still long. Okay, that's the point. Okay.
祖国统一的塑造祖国统一的大事.
Boom.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so look, what does this mean for China's stance when it comes to Taiwan?
Yeah, I would say it's a very, very subtle shift because Wang Huning, who is in charge of Taiwan affairs in China, he gave this speech and he said that China should shape that inevitable trend of reunification with the motherland. And reunification with the motherland is not new, but shaping that outcome is the new phrase that analysts have been catching on because it does suggest that maybe China is taking a more proactive stance here to fulfill that dream. And how are they going to do that? For a long time, China has had this two-pronged approach. The soft approach is to fold more Taiwanese compatriots into the Chinese community, providing more opportunities for Taiwanese businessmen and for students, promoting more cross-cultural exchanges. That's a part of it. And the other part is the hard approach, which is about ramping up military threats. It's about suppressing and curbing these external interference, which is a veiled swipe at the U.S., which has been the major backer for Taiwan militarily and diplomatically. Wang Huning also talked about consolidating the international community's adherence to the One China principle. And what this means, I think, is about intensifying the effort to peel off the remaining friends of Taiwan, the remaining 12 diplomatic partners, getting them to shift their allegiance to mainland China. And you can see some comments on Weibo, some pretty patriotic comments there. I think someone was talking about how, we should liberate the Taiwanese compatriots, let them watch Ne Zha. So it's almost like a rallying cry calling on everyone in China to fulfill this 大事, a mega trend that shows up everywhere in China. So imagine you're calling on the ordinary citizens, the private businesses, the media to just, get on board with this vision of China.
And what's, the interesting, almost paradoxical juxtaposition of this is you have the U.S. president who we know has commented on many items, but on this topic has remained, again, to the point that the U.S. has been strategic ambiguity, right? He didn't cross this red line.
Yes, so Trump was asked about this at his first cabinet meeting, and he basically avoided giving a clear answer, and that's not new. It is actually in line, as you said, with decades-long U.S. policy of strategic ambiguity. The Taiwan Relations Act actually requires the U.S. to provide Taiwan with the resources to defend itself, but it doesn't say whether the U.S. has to intervene. So have a listen to what Trump actually said.
Also your policy that as long as you're president, China will never take Taiwan by force?
I never comment on that. I don't comment on anything because I don't want to ever put myself in that position. And if I said it, I certainly wouldn't be saying it to you. I'd be saying it to other people, maybe people around this table, and very specific people around this table. So I don't want to put myself in that position. But I can tell you what, I have a great relationship with President Xi. I've had a great relationship with him.
So what he said actually differs from his predecessor because President Biden has repeatedly said that the U.S. will come to Taiwan's defense explicitly, although some of his administration officials have had to walk back some of his statements in the past. So Trump is essentially going back to the long-standing U.S. policy here, leaving everything on the table. And I guess that's the point, right, to keep you guessing. There's been a lot of confusion because the State Department did remove that phrase that says U.S. does not support Taiwan independence from a fact sheet. And at the same time, Trump has said in his campaign that he wanted Taiwan to pay for defense, and his weakened support for Ukraine also calls into question how he would deal with Taiwan. But then he has all these China hawks on his cabinet that would very likely be very reluctant to abandon Taiwan at this stage.